Hello and welcome to Scratching the Gaming Itch. We have yet another Guild Wars 1 Reforged video. This is for the mission Ruins of Surmia. It is just a quick beginner's guide for those of you who may not know how the mission works or need a little extra help figuring out where to go. So I went ahead and gathered my henchman party and hit enter mission to end up in the ruins. And now here, your mission is to follow and protect the prince. If Prince Rorik dies at any moment, your mission automatically fails and you'll have to do it all over again. So make sure that you keep him alive throughout. Now a lot of this is going to be follow a main path down the road, and we're not going to really show all of that. So here is the first kind of boss you'll run into, and just a check-in on if you have been going the correct way. I'll open up the map so you can see the path that I've been taking. And I'll continue to do that throughout, just kind of some jumps through the mission so that you don't have to just watch me walking the main path. It's kind of hard to get off of. You should be able to follow it. I'm going to believe you in that, even a beginner. There's one path to take, really. But here, you finally run into your first prisoners that you are freeing. You are actually freeing 3 prison camps, kind of groups. And once you free those 3, you will find a mage who will tell you some mages are still locked up, and you'll have to free them as well. So it's pretty easy to do. All you gotta do is clear out the enemies around. Prince Rorik will free the prisoners, and you'll continue on to the next group of enemies. By all means, you do not have to kill every enemy you see in this area. In fact, I don't do that. I kill what I need to, what aggroes me, and continue on. And I recommend you do the same unless you want to level up in some way. Maybe you're not as over leveled as me, and I'm honestly just over leveled from questing. So here's the second camp. Get to kill a boss here, and a couple of enemies that got aggroed, and then Prince Rorik, who will go ahead and free those prisoners for you. And really, it's pretty simple, right? As most of these beginning missions are. It gets harder later on, but for now, it's kind of chill. It's a nice pace in the game, especially for this campaign where things aren't too hard. If you try other campaign missions or exploring their worlds, at least in my experience with factions so far, it's extremely hard. Here I was just double checking, making sure that Prince Rorik doesn't get aggroed by anything, because again, you want to make sure he lives, and follow the general rule of killing healers first, then any DPS, and then tanks, and you'll do just fine in this mission. We're going to go ahead and take out this boss here, build our morale to 8%, which means we have killed a total of 4 bosses. Hopefully you have done the same. Building up your morale is a pretty nice thing to do on the missions. And we'll go ahead and release our last prisoners after we take out this group of enemies that just come spawning in. And then after this, we will talk about the bonus mission and how to go about that, and just some extra steps that you need to take, and going off the beaten path just a little bit, because all beforehand has been, hey, stay on the main path and just continue forward. So that being said, we now have our extra party member here, our mage. You do not need to protect him by any means. You will eventually see that door. Make sure you clear up these enemies before getting to the gate. There's a reason for that you will see later on in the video. But these enemies should go just to make your bonus mission a little bit easier to do once you get there. But yeah, the extra person you have, the mage, he does not need to survive. He is not one of the critical mission objectives. If he dies, your mission will be able to continue, as well as any of the mages you see in the future, even though it looks like you need to protect them. So once you get to that gate, Prince Rorik will no longer follow you, nor will the mage that you just got, and you can just leave. They will not follow you. This is the perfect time to do the bonus mission. You no longer have to worry about protecting Prince Rorik, and he will no longer be super aggressive to the enemies you see, which is important because here you'll talk to this NPC. They'll tell you about the flame that gets taken to the flame temple, and you will have to follow this group of enemies at a distance. You do not want to aggro them before they get into the flame temple. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch this part. I'm just going to follow this group of enemies without aggroing them until they get through the doors. Now you saw the group go through the doors. I went ahead and killed them immediately. There is no need to wait. You're already in the flame temple once the doors are open. Then you will actually still have to go to the end of the flame temple. The bonus objective did not clear yet. You have to kill the groups of enemies along the way. And you see that flame in the distance. That's where I'm heading to kill these 4 different flame bearers. They can actually be kind of dangerous. They actually kill my fighter henchmen here. So they're pretty strong, and they, especially if you stand in the flame spells that they're casting, like the Rain of Fire, essentially, which is what you're seeing. Now, after that mission, I skipped back to the water, where you will make a left turn instead of going back to the bonus mission. No need to talk to the NPC again. The bonus mission is already complete. You'll follow this water all the way to another main path, and once you get here, just follow the main path and eventually you'll see a lever. Now once you get to this point, just go ahead, kill the enemies off, and open the door for Prince Rurik and the mage. And once they're in, you will go ahead and once again continue to follow a main path. Prince Rurik is going to warn you about this massive group of enemies in the middle of the map that you don't want to mess with. Instead, follow the main path around. Though, admittedly, my hubris, I really did want to take on that big group of enemies in the middle of the map. However, I did not. I played it safe, and you probably should as well. There's probably no reason to risk it. Here we're finally at the door where the mages are locked up. We killed our last boss to get 10% morale bonus, which is always nice. And we're just looting up, and the mages are free. Now at this point, you will still want to protect Prince Rurik. That is the main objective. Remember, if he goes down, it is a critical mission failure. It will look like you need to protect the mages here, especially since they kind of all go to what looks like important pieces to opening the gate, but they do not need to live. All of my mages live here. I've always felt the pressure and thought they needed to survive and was pretty scared of what would happen if they would die, but no, nothing will happen. Just take out the Charr as best you can. If the mages live, fantastic. If they don't, that's okay. So what I do is I watch the mini-map, I see which group is coming next, and I try and book it over there as fast as I can to kill those Charr. You can actually see that mage almost died if you caught that health bar right there. When you take out the Charr, all things are good, and you just continue on, go to the next group, take them out, and eventually Prince Rurik is going to open the door that will let you through to the end of the mission, which will take you to your next area and actually your very next mission. So there, it's done, and off to the academy you go. See you guys in the next video. Bye.